Years we've been looking for a physio. No one would ever accept us because we just couldn't pay the wages that they wanted. Until now. Only issue is he's terrible, really. He's terrible. So maybe actually we would have been better off without a physio. Hello and welcome back to Around the Bloc. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to another episode. We're getting very close to the end of the season now, and it's a good job we're getting close to the end of the season because our form really isn't very good whatsoever. It's a bit of a spiral at the moment, which we'll talk about in a moment's time or two, but look at the date, 25th of September 2021, the season's nearly finished. It's time. It's time to start looking for other jobs, I think, properly start looking. So we're going to start doing that in today's episode. But first of all, we'll take you through what's happened since you guys were last here for the 2-1 loss to Witzbach and then the 2-0 win over Rook. Now, first things first, we had two league games in August, and I said if we won them both, I might win Manager of the Month. And we did. We won them both. A 1-0 victory over Slavia, only just winning that with Tomelo scoring a goal in the 92nd minute, and then Kilman scoring a goal against BGU to make sure we won both those games 1-0. And guess what? Look at this. Award winners, Manager of the Month, your boy. I won it, Manager of the Month, and I think that has helped us out massively. Now, I think this has improved my reputation slightly. Now, you guys probably can't really see much of a difference there, but the start, we're like, I'm going to say 5/6 of the way through at Star now, before we're about 3/4 of the way through at Star. So I think we are a little closer to getting a full start of reputation. So I think that's helped out a little bit. So I did think that doing that would do something good, and getting Manager of the Month has helped us out massively there. So I'm very pleased with that one. Since then, though, it's gone downhill, really. Now, for some reason, we had another big break in the middle of the season. We had one up here, and now we've had one here with another 3 or 4 weeks off. So we had two friendlies against really rubbish sides, and I thought if we win those games and score loads of goals, it's going to give our players loads of confidence, all right? So we played 2 games and scored 11 goals in 2 games. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. We'll start this next run of fixtures, and we will score loads of goals. And as you can see, it's just not happened. We lost the first game. Vasilovic scored a goal against Grondo, but unfortunately they scored 2, so they won that game 2-1. We then played Gorodea and we drew 1-1 there with Denisov scoring the goal, but then lost last time out against Islok 1-0, which wasn't really fantastic. So a bit of bad form there, with a bit of a nice patch there, but if you look at our form from July onwards, it's not really been fantastic. And to be fair, if you look even from May onwards, it's not been that fantastic. I think we've lost and drawn more games than we've won and things like that, which isn't great. So we do need to try and pick it up towards the end of the season. I think we are safe from relegation, but it doesn't matter too much to us because, of course, we are looking to leave the club at the end of the season. We are sitting 9th right now on 32 points. We're a good... what's that? How many points is that? We're a good 10, 15 points clear of relegation. So, or the relegation playoffs, that is, I should say. So, we shouldn't be anywhere near that come the end of the season, I don't think. And if we have a look at the last season's results, for example, you needed more than 32 points to avoid the relegation playoffs there, and we've already got that. So I don't think we should be going down to. I think we can sort of call this season a success. But as I did say, we are looking for a new club to go to now. We're looking for a new club to go to. Pretty much all the other leagues have started up now because, of course, the Belarusian league is a summer league, whereas everywhere else is a winter league pretty much. So all the other leagues have started up, and hopefully we're going to start seeing teams sack their managers. So if we look at job security, there's a few clubs available for us right now. Wolfsburg 2 apparently is an option for us. I mean, we couldn't go to Wolfsburg, they're not East Germany, but I didn't realise you could manage the B teams of clubs. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know. But there's a few teams here that we could potentially look at. Maybe even some of these 2.5-star teams could be interesting. This team in Poland, that's the top division in Poland, isn't it? 34th in competitive ranking, so it's a bit lower than where we want to be, or where we are right now. But this team are bottom of the table after 9 games. I assume the season sort of splits in 2, does it? The rules of this... Yeah, you've got a championship group and a relegation group. That's why there's no clear relegation things on there. But this team are available, this Polish one. Gornik. They've been in the top division, the Ekstraklasa, for quite some time. Bottom half team, apart from 4th one season, but bottom half team. They've got professional status. They've got better training facilities than us. They're valued at quite a lot of money as well. Big stadium too. You know, I'm going to apply for that. I'm going to apply for that job in Poland. Apply for the job and see what comes back of that. I don't think we'll get it. I don't think we're quite stretching to 2.5 stars yet, but it's worth a try, I think. Worth a try doing that. There's a team here in the Russian First Division, Sochi. Now, this could be an interesting one. They play in the Olympic Stadium, the Sochi Winter Olympic Stadium, so it's a massive stadium, and I doubt we're ever going to get any sort of attendances. They were in the Premier League, but then got relegated and came 5th in the division last season. So, this could be an option for us as well. Issue is, they haven't really got any training facilities or youth facilities. They've got insecure finances, so maybe it's not the best one to go to. But it is a stepping stone. It's some higher reputation. They are predicted to come second in the table, which I assume is promotion from the Russian First Division. It is. Issue is, they have played 14 games and are sitting... Where are they in the table? Let's say 15th in the table, so they're not really anywhere near where they should be. It's interesting, isn't it? A Russian team, we could go there. I'd be interested. We may as well just see what happens, all right? Apply for that job as well. See what happens. There's a team here in the Hungarian Second Division, but if we look at the Belarusian First League, where we started off his entire journey, that's 72nd in competition rankings. The Hungarian Second Division is 82nd. That's a big drop, especially to where we are right now. So I feel like that might be a little bit detrimental to where we want to go. I mean, the Russian First Division is down 42nd. That's lower than where we are right now, but it's a bigger reputation. I think we leave the applications in with the Polish club and the Russian club for now and see what happens with those for now. But of course, we have got a little while still to go. First things first, we have got this game against Dinamo Brest. This is the most exciting part of today's episode. We need to get a win against Dinamo Brest. We have to turn things around. So we'll shift our attention away from job applications for now onto this Dinamo Brest game, where Sakovic is starting in goal with a backline of Ivanov, Crazy, Borisov and Galinsky. Kilman, Shitijel, Gompi, Hartmanov and Temelo starts on the right-hand side today because both Moses and Dmitry Binyov. Binchov's injured, Moses is suspended, so neither of our right midfielders can play, so Temelo's got to go there. Marco in the attacking playmaker role with Farago up front. We need to turn this form around. We need to start playing well, but against Dinamo Brest, who are a very good side, and I think they are currently in the 4th position, so they're looking for the title still. They're still on the shout of winning that. It's going to be a tough fixture. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today, and we need to turn this form around. We need to get a better result going, and we need to actually win a game for a change as well, because we've not won a competitive game for well over a month now, which isn't great. I mean, admittedly, we haven't played many games in the past month or so. We had a big break, but we haven't won a game in over a month, a competitive fixture. So we do need to turn things around today. And we had a great draw against Dinamo Brest at the start of the season. It was a fantastic draw, as well as drawing against Beatty. It was in the same episode, wasn't it, a few episodes ago? And it was fantastic. But things have changed since then. We've dropped off a bit. Dinamo Brest are back on it again, because they were below us in the table for a little while, but they've obviously catapulted themselves back above us. They're in the shouts for winning the title, so Dinamo Brest are going to be at their best, I think, and as you can see from the stats, 20 minutes into the game, they are absolutely dominating us 10 shots to 0. But as we approach half-time, they've had 20 shots to our 0 shots. It's not looking great, is it? I think the new boy, I don't know what it is, beginner's luck right at the start of the season, although I'm saying that crazy. We are FMing Dinamo Brest right now. You love to see it. Our first shot of the game in the back of a net. Dinamo have had 20 and they haven't been able to score. You love to see it. This is the kind of thing you live for as a Football Manager player. It's horrible when it happens to you. You know, if we were Dinamo Brest manager right now, I'd be livid. But when you're the Naftan manager, and let's not talk too soon because we're only at half time. We're not quite full way through a game yet, but when you're doing it to other teams, it's one of the best things ever. So obviously, I'm going to say I'm very pleased with that first half, although I shouldn't have really said that, should I? I should have gone quite aggressively and said, you're all idiots for only having one shot in that game. But we're winning, and we've defended extremely well to not concede, I've got to say. So maybe we can take a bit of heart from this as Marco coming into the area, tries to cross, but only goes as far as Shitijel the clearance, although they have got it cleared properly now, and their front three are ahead of our defence, and the shot, Sakovic with a very, very good save there. He's been superb today, keeping out the Dinamo Brest strikers. Crazy on the ball for us right now, gets it up towards Dennis Farago, who actually keeps hold of possession somehow, takes it back out wide, across to Temelo. Temelo looking for only our second shot of the game. Galinsky, go on, put it across the 6-yard box, he can't. And Dinamo Brest have got it clear. We've still not had a second shot in today's game, as Dinamo Brest, again, they're 3 strikers on the ball, and finally they have managed to score a goal, and it was coming. If they didn't score a goal today, it would have been a perfect display, but it's when we let them have 24 shots, at some point one of them's going to go in the back of the net, isn't it? And it's a great run from Hentry there, Ezekiel Hentry, as he breaks into the area, unopposed really, and To be fair, the keeper, Sakovic, should have done a bit better with that maybe, but I don't know, you can't... When you've had 24 shots against you, one of them is going to go in the back of the net at some point, isn't it? But as I said, if we can get a draw today against Dinamo Brest, I'd actually be pretty happy with that. I wouldn't be disappointed at all. As Sakovic is... Oh, what has Sakovic done? What has he done there? Oh, dearie me. He's been brilliant all game and now he's just done that. Let's watch this back then. They get the ball out wide. The cross comes in the middle. Sakovic just collects it, lad. Collect it. No, I'm going to just... drop it in front of their striker. Well, that turned around pretty quickly, didn't it? And are the floodgates going to open now? Are the floodgates going to open? Are our defenders finally going to stop caring as Sakovic makes a very, very good save there to deny Hentry his hat-trick? Quick changes perhaps needed as Kilman... It can't come off the pitch because Tamello can't come off the pitch either. They've got to stay on right now, which is rather frustrating. Although, Ivanov, no, he can't play there. Can anyone play there? Can Krill play there? Krill? No, apparently not for some reason. Okay, well in that case, Znak is going to come on for Gompi Hartmanov, and then we'll bring on... take Marco off for Timovsky Radchenko as well. We'll do that one just so they can have a bit of a rest because they've both had injuries recently. So they're coming back from injuries, so they need to get some game time, both of them, and they can't play full 90 minutes because I don't want to risk their injuries too much. What you do love to see is they've got a striker on a 5.8 rating, which does mean he's probably bottled some fantastic chances. They've had 3 clear-cut chances. I'd like to think he's missed all of them or something like that, but unfortunately... I mean, we did deserve to lose that game. 34 shots to 3 shots. We deserved to lose it, didn't we? But Dinamo Brest have come on top 2-1 there when it was really close. If Sakovic hadn't just messed things up, we would have been on our way to a very good point. But now, it turns out we have a 3-week break again this time. We've got to wait until the 16th of October to play our next game. So what I'm going to do is... schedule a couple of friendlies. There's that Shakhtar game. So I'll schedule a friendly Wednesday and Wednesday just so players can keep fit and maybe we can just, I don't know, score loads of goals. We'll do the same friendly twice because it's a nearby club that won't cost any money or anything like that. So we'll do that and then we'll play the Shakhtar game. But in the meantime, hopefully we're going to have plenty of job opportunities coming up for us. So I'll come back when I've got a bit more information about some of these job opportunities. Well, unfortunately, the Polish team have rejected me, which is a big shame. But this time, they've been a bit nicer. The last time we had a rejection, they said that we would have picked you because we didn't think you'd be very successful. But this time, they've been a bit nicer. They said, despite opting against shortlisting you due to the strength of other candidates, the board would like to place on record that they feel you would have been an acceptable fit for the club's realistic vision of the future. This is mainly as a result of your strong commitment towards signing first-team players no older than 23. So that's quite nice, I feel. They saw that what I do at the club, and they liked it, but not enough to actually offer me an interview. There is another Polish club, though, this one, which I can't pronounce it. And again, I feel like I can't go to clubs that I can't pronounce. Zaglibi. But I feel like that's not the right pronunciation. They're in the Polish First Division, so the division below the team that we applied for before. And they're sitting 16th in the table. So that's quite low, actually. Maybe that's not quite the best choice to go for. And now the Sochi job, I've been told that was also unsuccessful. The board decided against shortlisting you in part due to holding mid-reservations about your suitability to deliver the club's vision for the future. This is mainly your reluctance to play attacking football. Fair enough. Obviously, the board at Naftan want me to play counter-attacking football, so I suppose I've sort of been categorised as a counter-attacking manager. So I can understand why Sochi would turn me down, to be fair. Perhaps we need to look a little bit more in depth at some of these club cultures and visions before wanting to apply for the jobs. So now that I've been rejected from Sochi and Gornik, perhaps that other Polish job isn't that bad of an idea. Maybe we should look to go for that. Maybe. This team. Zaglibi, which I'm gonna say it's Zaglibi. It might not be. If I get the job, you can tell me how to pronounce it maybe. But if we go to the job centre and find Zaglibi, if we just apply to that job, will it tell us what the club vision is? No, it doesn't. So I'll apply to it. Maybe I can't see the club visions. I don't know. But there are a couple of jobs in Serbia that have come up. Serbian First League, Sindjelic, these guys have come up, and they look okay. Well, I say that. I don't want to be a semi-professional manager. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to apply for them. But Kukuriki, definitely going to apply for that one, because that's in the Serbian Super League, and that's a great division to be in. So I'll apply for that one, although I don't think I'm going to get it. I'll switch back to this job security screen so I can see the reputation rankings as well. There's a team in the Ukrainian First Division who are professional, but they've got a 12,000-seater stadium, but they're only valued at 7k. I feel like that's not quite what we want. I feel like that's quite a bad... And they're 15th in the table, quite far adrift as well. 58, I don't think that's quite the right job for us, but it is 1.5 stars, and I think we would get that job if we went for it. Which clubs are doing the best out of all of these? To be fair, this club here in the Czech Republic, although I didn't... Oh, the Czech Republic's 51st. That's not too bad. That's as far down as I go, maybe. They're sitting 6th, quite far off these promotion playoff places, but early on in the season... How good are they? Vyskov. They've got a small stadium. They've got terrible facilities. Not worth much. But if we could get promoted with them... Because how good's the Czech Premier League, or the top division in the Czech Republic? That's 15th in competition rankings, so that's quite a big step up. That's better than the Serbian Super League, to be fair. So maybe that's worth applying for as well, this Skov job, Vyskov. Maybe that's... Let's apply for that one as well and see what happens. I mean, it might not be the right choice, but if we could sneak a promotion with them, that's a whole new ballpark being in the top division there. But straight away, the Zaglibi boss has come back to me and said no. But again, they've said that they like that I sign under 23 players. They like that, but apparently just better people have... This is difficult. This is difficult, this job searching hunt. It was well easy to find a job in Belarus, wasn't it? Everyone in Belarus wanted me, but now that we're in a team and looking for a better job, no one wants me. Perhaps I am just setting my sights a little bit too high. A little bit too high. I've got no coaching qualifications as well, which isn't going to help me because this board won't give it to me, Naftan board. It's really frustrating, that. I hate it. Okay. Another Polish team have popped up. Now, they're third in the Polish First Division, which is a playoff spot by looks of things. So I'm not quite sure why they sacked their manager. Their media prediction is 16th, and yet they're in third in the table. So that screams like their manager's left or something like that, actually, I've got to say. He left the role. Okay, so got them in that position, left the role to go somewhere else. He got the Zaglibi job, or the Zaglibi job. Fair enough, they went for him instead. So we could take this guy's old job at GKS Belchatau, which is probably not how you say it. But if they're third in the table and we can keep them there, how many games do they play in the season rules? So, you play 34 games. So we're nearly halfway through the season. Okay. Just keep them up there. Try and squeeze into those top 2 positions. And then we're in the money for the next season, aren't we? You know, that's great. So maybe we apply for this job in Poland as well. Apply for that. So I've almost lost track, actually, of which jobs we have applied for. What's on the table right now? Job Centre, 4 jobs. A team in the Czech Republic, a team in Poland, a team in Russia, and a team in Serbia. Kukuriki, Yenisei, GKS, and Vyskov. Okay. We look forward to hearing back from those, hopefully, before the Shakhtar game. But Vyskov have got back to me and just said no, straight up. No mitigating circumstances, they're just saying no. Unfortunately, the other teams haven't got back to me before the Shakhtar game, which is interesting. Very interesting. It means that next episode will come very, very soon. We do have a few changes to make, though. Ivanov is currently suspended, so he's got to come off for... Who can come on? Krill can come on for him at left back, and we can bring him off the pitch there and bring Moses back on the bench, who will swap over with Temelo, but then Temelo will stop over with Kilman. Then Chitijel's got to come off for Zanak because he is injured. So that is the team that I think we're going to stick with for this game against Shakhtar, who are currently top of the table. So I'm expecting this to also be another 30 shots to 3 shots sort of game. Right then, kickoff is upon us, and let's just hope and pray that it's not quite as bad in terms of stats as it was in the previous fixture. Hopefully we can have a bit more of a game this time as Moses gets on the ball early on in towards Tomelo. Tomelo can't put that ball in towards the middle, but he can nearly not win it back. Galinsky, though, does win it back from that poor clearance, and he gets it through towards Dennis Farrago, who's opened up the scoring against top of the table Shakhtar. 1-0 to us. Brilliant stuff from Farrago, who has been off the boil recently. He's been terrible recently. He scored goals in friendlies, the 2 friendlies that we had off camera, just to get players fit again. He scored a couple goals in there, but other than that, he's not really been scoring goals for a while. But that's his 8th of the season. Hope that sort of fires him up for the rest of the season. He can maybe try and reach that 15 goal mark or something like that. But instantly coming back at us are Shakhtar, although the ball is cleared, and now Marco on the ball coming forward, gets the ball up towards Farrago. If Farrago can grab a second goal here today, that'd be incredible, but can't. So already the first 5 minutes of that game against Shakhtar are better than the entire game we had against Dinamo Minsk. So I'm very pleased with that one, as Marco on the ball right now, in towards Gompi, up towards Moses, back to Gompi. Znak to launch from distance. He wasn't quite set up for it right, I don't think, but he's got the ball back and looking to find a through ball into someone. Farrago back to Marco. Marco off. Someone can just get that ball through to Moses. Oh, Tomelo scores the second goal, and we're now 2-0 up against the league leaders. Why haven't we been able to do this all season? I say all season. We did it very well at the start of the season. Why haven't we been able to do this for the past 2-3 months or so? We've been terrible the past 2 or 3 months, but in the first 10 minutes, we have torn apart top of the table Shakhtar. And I don't quite understand why or how. I was just adjusting my chair, and then Shakhtar scored when I wasn't looking. They scored from a free corner, as you can see there. Quite a well worked one, a decent one. We should have done better defensively there, but Shakhtar have pulled one back. But as we are approaching half time and they've sort of taken back control of the game, they're looking a bit stronger. We're the team that are winning it still, which is fantastic. No errors from Sakovic, and we might actually get all 3 points in this game. No errors from him, we might get all 3 points. Passionately, though, this time I actually am pleased with how things are going. I said that last time when I didn't actually mean it, but everyone reacted quite well, and then we lost the game. But this time, I actually am pleased with how everyone's played so far. We're doing fantastically well. I think it just was a case of Shakhtar not switching on in the first 10 minutes of the game, and we took advantage of that. Although saying that, we came pretty close from that set piece there. Since then, those first 10 minutes, Shakhtar have been very, very good. And if Krill doesn't win this, which he nearly didn't win, to be fair, plays it back towards Sakovic. Sakovic launched it up towards Dennis Farrago, doesn't quite get there, and Shakhtar coming forward on the ball, or they're playing it backwards a little bit just to try and consolidate possession, but they've got it out wide now, and they're doing quite well down this right-hand side of the pitch. The ball in the middle is decent, it had a lot of pace on it, has been dealt with, and I think Moses is just about to get in this clear, but it only is going to come straight back to us as their number 9 gets on the ball and has put it in the back of the net, but he's offside. You love to see it. He's offside. Unlucky, lad. No, you're an idiot. Is that what I'm resorting to now? Is that what I'm resorting to? Like children's tattles and calling players idiots. It's not like we're even playing for anything. We're not really playing for anything. We aren't anywhere near the top 4. We aren't anywhere near relegation. We're just sort of playing for a mid-table place right now, but there's a free kick for Shakhtar on the edge of the area, and that's... How's that gone in the back of a net? How? That should not be going in the back of a net. How? I want to know what happened. Oh, it was a header. It was a header. It's headed down by... Okay, fair enough. I can understand that a bit more, because there's no way you should be scoring a free kick right on the edge of the area. To get it up and down like that and still score is impressive, but it was headed, so actually I can sort of give them that a little bit. But with 10 minutes to go in this game, a draw against top of the table. Oh, don't talk too soon, Tom. Don't talk too soon. You spoke too soon. Spoke far too soon. I mean, fair play. It's a banging shot. Like, it's a fantastic shot, that. But it has taken the words right out of my mouth, and we've now gone from winning 2-0 to losing 3-2 against... Well, they were top of the table for a reason, clearly, weren't they? They were top of the table for a reason. And... Come on, lads. So, not a fantastic episode, this really, is it? If we're being honest with ourselves. Yes, we may have managed to get a physio. But he is rubbish, really. He's not very, very good. Yes, we've been applying for jobs, but we've been rejected from every single one of them so far. Not even having an interview. And yes, we were winning both our games today, but we ended up losing them both. So actually, it's been a terrible episode. It's been an absolutely terrible episode, and it gets even worse now as Yenisei have rejected me from a job, which you hate to see. But, hang on a sec. Kukariki still not got back to me. If they're taking their time with this, if they're taking their time, does this mean I've got a better chance of getting it? Am I somehow going to get a job at Kukuriki? Because that would be sick if that was the case. That would be amazing if that was the case. Fingers crossed. But because we are still obviously looking for jobs and things like that, ordinarily, next episode would just be the final 2 league games of the season. And then I'm going to leave the club at the end of my contract anyway, which is at the end of this season. So these are going to be my last 2 games at the club ever. But we may have to have a situation where we've got an interview with another club and we have to then think about doing that, essentially. And taking that and doing that in an episode. So, not entirely sure when next episode is going to be. I can't believe this. My assistant manager is studying for his Continental C licence. He's just been allowed to do that at a cost of £1,000. So is this coach. £1,000 Continental C licence. Every time I've been rejected. Every time they've said no to me. Honestly, I am so tempted to resign. He actually is my nemesis. Like, genuinely, the owner is my nemesis. I cannot stand the man. Maxime Pugac. Honestly, cannot wait to just one day beat the crap out of you or something like that. Honestly, like, you deserve it, essentially. He's just been horrible to me. He never talks to me. He never does what I want him to do. And he always rejects me from doing a coaching course, but gives coaching courses out for free to all of my other coaches and staff, but not to me. Why not me? What have I done wrong? Hey, what have I... I cannot wait to leave. But we've got the bait game coming up. I wasn't going to do that on camera. I was just sort of waiting to see if we got other job offers or anything like that coming through, but we haven't. So that is going to be that for today's episode, and I will sort of see you when I see you next time out for hopefully some job interviews. But the way it's going right now, it's not looking so good. So maybe I'll see you for the Slutscombe Torpedo game and we'll resign and then we're on unemployed benefits again or something like that. We'll see. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.